Right, so quite a few things have changed this week. I have got quite a few things that are fixed, things that are working now, and things that are new. So, first of all, we have the rotation. That has been fixed. Previously, the X rotation was a bit all over the place, it wasn't working properly. Now it works just fine, as do the other rotations as well. They all work great. So you can rotate it in whatever way you want. There we go. And the resets all work and everything too. The move, everything else that was working before still works. It's all doing good. So one of the big things has been this right-handed and left-handed mode. So there's a button here, and if you click that, switches so that you can use it left-handed. And everything works as is. This is hard for me to do because I am not left-handed. So, but everything works the same way as it does in the right-handed mode. And all you have to do is press that toggle to turn it on and off. It just happens. So, that's that. Then the last thing I've done is I've added this tools section, which I've got to put a few things in, but I'm running out of space for buttons over here. So what I've done is I've added a magnifying glass, which needs a little bit of work, and I've added a flashlight, a torch. So to operate this, you turn this tool dock on, and then it gives you the tools that you have here. I'm going to change some of these colors because I'm not really keen on them, but it functions at the moment. So you have the lamp and the magnifier. Now, when you pick up the magnifier, you can use that. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this is the thing that needs work for me. It's not magnify enough, basically. Oh, there we go. It was the wrong way around. So it does an okay job. I think it'd be fine for like close up stuff to an extent, but to be honest, I think you're better off just getting closer to it at the moment. That will depend, I think, on the model that you're using. But I think I can improve how this looks. I just need to tweak the cameras. So you've got that. And then we've got the lamp. So I think it's not saved yet. So this you can pick up and you can put back. This one, yeah, I changed the thing and it hadn't saved, so that's fine. I know how to fix that. But you'll be able to put that back in there as well. So when you pick the lamp up, it comes on. And you can shine it around and look at things. There we go. You can have a quick look at that. You can have a look at that. You can go, oh, I want to see what it's like underneath. Importantly, you can also get rid of this because obviously this is headlocked, and I've done that because you might want these to sort of follow you around. So I didn't want to have it like just in the middle of the floor somewhere. So I made this little dock thing. To get rid of it, to hide it, you just hit that X, and it turns into this little arrow thing that you can then expand to see it again. There's a thing on here as well, so you can turn the dock off completely, which would also like take away all the tools, which you might not want, but you still want the dock. What there is also here is when you hide this button goes away. This button next to the dock control toggle here. When you expand it, it comes back. That recalls the tools back to the snap zones. So you don't have to go, oh, I've left the magnifier all the way over there and now I need it. You can just do that. So, for example, if you want to go, oh, I want to have a look at the bottom of this model. So I'm going to move it up so I can see the underneath. This model's probably not the best one because it's kind of boring. But I want to do that. And then I can go under here, position myself here, and go and put the dock back on, grab the lamp, get rid of the dock. And now I have a light source that enables me to look more closely at that. These are also kinematic, which means that when you drop them, they stay where you left them, so you don't need your hands all the time in order to use them. So I can drop that down a bit more so you've got like a more of kind of eye level inspection height. And then you can sort of move this around wherever you kind of need to. So what I want to do now is just make a few small changes to this dock system. I think the contrast needs improving, and that magnifier needs to be able to drop back in there. Then once I've done that, I'm going to think about the moving around mechanics. So if turn that off. So if we've got this big thing, I might not necessarily just want to like drop it down and walk around. It's actually still too big for me to really look at. I mean, obviously I can scale it, but actually this object's really big anyway, so it's actually quite hard to scale it smaller because you've not got much. Whereas most of the objects are actually quite small, which is why the scaling works the way it does. So like to look at this in a small size, but you might want to look at it in a bigger scale but more up close. So what I want to be able to do is distribute around the model some teleportation points, because I like moving around like this just with the joystick, but I'm guessing most people are going to want to move around like this, and that's not the best thing, because if I move over here, I then got to rotate before I can see it again. Whereas if I set up some teleportation points, those can include orientation, which means if I was to say if I was to say over here, I want to go and look at the end of that, I could snap to a teleportation point here that is oriented in the correct direction, no matter where I come from. So like if I go over there, I will look right at the side. I'm going to end up pointing this way, and then I have to rotate to face it. So the teleportation points will enable me to snap the user to those orientations. So I'm hoping to be able to set up a bunch of them around that can be then scaled as this is scaled, to be a useful kind of movement mechanic. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. And then if I can do that, I'm going to add another tool. I'm going to attempt to create a look inside tool, which will be a tool that you can pick up and move around, and it looks like a kind of plane like this. So you'd be able to put it, say here, and then that would reveal the internal structure of the model. So that's the next stage for me. I've come quite a long way this week. So this week I've done the left and right handedness menu, I've done this dock and got the tools integrated and fixed the rotation problem. So I feel like things are kind of moving quite well at the moment. So onward to next week.